my name is Lauren and welcome to my channel. I was just watching two sets of YouTube videos. One was Park Seo-Joon, please don't attack me if I'm wrong. He's an actor who was in Secretary Kim. I think his newest thing was Divine Fury, which was a movie, which I haven't watched. And he's also in something that's being filmed called Itaewon Class. And he has a YouTube channel, and I was like watching him this morning because I like him as an actor. I think he's a very diverse actor for me, and so I was like watching him, and he was kind of just like answering Q&A questions, and I was like, cool, watching it, because you as anyone, you're interested in celebrities and what they do. And he was just saying that, you know, I'm an ordinary person, and I think the translation was a bit off. It says I'm a mediocre person, which I think would mean I'm an ordinary person. It just seemed to me that, like, it's true. Everyone, like, he says I'm a celebrity and, you know, all these things, but, you know, at the end of the day, I'm an ordinary person. And it's so true that it's like, you know, we forget that the people that we put on these pedestals, the actors and everything, like we assume that they're sometimes it's kind of just like, what is your daily normal life like? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, my life is pretty boring. I feel like I'm a mediocre person, or like I'm a very normal person, and like the things that I do and the things I want to accomplish in life, but that's okay. But, you know, different strokes for different folks. As far as about Park Seo-Joon, so yeah, Park Seo-Joon was just saying, like, I'm an ordinary person, you know, and like I like to do ordinary things, and you know, it's interesting to think that, you know, you don't want to think of someone doing something really ordinary, but that is what they're doing. They live life ordinarily, they struggle. And even though we don't see it as consumers and as people who are fans of them or whatever, we don't really get to see their struggles that they're going through every day. Another thing is that I also watched Henry Lau's behind the scenes of his I Love You music video. It's really good if you haven't watched his actual music video. It's really quite good. I like it. But he was talking about his regrets, and it's kind of weird for me, because it's like his regret was not going to prom. I went to high school in the US, even though I'm Canadian. I went to high school in the US, and so like back to Henry Lau, he was discussing like how one of his biggest regrets was not going to prom because he had gone to Korea to start his training early, and he's done amazing since. But it's kind of interesting to know that someone's regret would be not going to prom. Like, you would think they'd be like, oh, it's not doing something related to work, or it's not, you know, academic or whatever. Would you change the trajectory of your life and whatever? And he's just like, no, I regret not going to prom. I'm like, that's so interesting. Prom is such an North American concept that we really don't like think about it or perceive it, that it, like, you know, it would be important for someone else. He says that was not his biggest regrets. Regrets are something that's kind of weird to talk about. Like, who thinks about like their biggest regrets in life? I don't know what your biggest regret or my biggest regret is. Like, as I guess an Asian, you're kind of told sometimes that, you know, life has to go in a certain order for things to happen, and it's kind of not true. Like, I've met so many people in life who have gone through so many different things to get to the point where they're at now, and they're happy and they're successful and it's amazing. But at the same time, you can't but help feel regret that you should be at that point. Yeah, it's just interesting to see what other people's regrets are. If anyone in the comment, let me know what your regrets are in life, and like, what would you change about your life? Mine would be just slow down and just enjoy it a little bit more. Like, in college, I was very single-minded in one focus. My goal was to get into medical school, and it's been an interesting ride since. But you know, within the last year, he's become an independent artist meaning that he's not under one of like the bigger entertainment companies, I guess, in Korea, but he's just like, you know, suddenly it's not it's not just the company you're representing, you are the company, you're representing yourself. And I feel like for a lot of people that's how you feel, like you feel like you're representing yourself in everything you do, obviously, but it's like the pressure is can be higher and more intense, because he left Canada at a fairly young age, hence his regret about prom, and to pursue his dream. And like, you know, he was very single-minded in his dream, which is admirable, but then to him it's like, you know, the things that you can lose out on just because you're following your dream is a lot. You don't really perceive how much you lose when you decide to follow a dream. To say that you have no regrets is kind of like ridiculous, but to say that, like, it's not that I don't have regrets, I'm just learning to live with my regrets in life. Like, you know, rushing through instead of just taking it slow like I've been recommended to do, and I just didn't want to listen. And, you know, it's interesting to go through life thinking about like, what would I change, what would I do differently, and like all the things, it's so cheesy, like all the things that lead you up, everything that you've done up until now, everything I've done up until now has led me to where I am in life. And like, I'm weirdly content with my life right now. So I'm kind of just learning to live with it and just like grow and expand with it. But that's life. What are you gonna do? It's life. So if you have any comments or suggestions of things you want me to see or do or talk about, let me know in the comments. I'll read them and talk about them. But please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. Bye!